Today we're getting a haircut. We'll see what this looks like tomorrow. How is everybody? Girl, I've been up too early this morning and I've done too many things and it's still not ready. But, all right. It's kind of a nice day. I'm gonna move that heater closer because it's cold. Okay. Good morning. Okay, girl, we were in New York last night. So much. We got home around midnight. Jacqueline was so good. It was such a fun night to go see her do Upright Citizens Brigade. If you missed it last night, Missy, Jason, my mom, and I drove to New York to see Jacqueline's show. No, now I'm back at this house. I slept there, got up early, did some stuff. And then now I'm here. And as soon as I'm done here, I gotta go back over there. I know, Anne-Marie, I completely forgot and went live and I was like, well, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. But by that point, Diana was high, so we just decided to keep it on the main page because who doesn't want to see a high as a kite 78-year-old in the streets of New York telling her daughter how ugly her clothes are. It was a lot of fun. I know, Trish, it was a whole thing. Cracking herself up. Yeah, she was doing her killer set last night if you were watching. Yeah, Brenda, we were all getting high without you. It would have been great to have you there last night. You could have really explained some things to Diana about a contact high. Literally at one point. I was sitting in front of the computer waiting and I'm so sorry. I don't know, we don't usually go live like that, off the cuff. I was standing in the middle of the streets of New York, and I was like, well, I guess I should go live. Okay, all right. She will perform every Tuesday there, so guess who's gonna try to be there even though she had a job? So I don't know, I'll have to plan it. So she does it every Tuesday for 6 months. So this is basically like the freshman team of the Upright Citizens Brigade. And so you can only be on the freshman team one time. And it's this 6-month term. And then after that, you move to what they call a Herald team. But you have to audition for it. Oh, Mr. Rogers. Look who just showed up in the neighborhood.
I didn't bring my sneakers or my cardigan sweater.
I know. People are going to be like, what's up? Would you like a pumpkin bagel with cream cheese?
I'm good right now.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't eat much in the morning.
You don't?
I already had a little snack, so I'm good. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. What's up? How are you? She's so happy to see you.
I swear she was high when we left. Yeah. We're talking about last night was Jacqueline's debut at UCB.
Oh, that's awesome. I saw that.
And
I didn't see that it was her debut. I saw that she got into
that she got in. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
it's a hard place to get into.
It is a hard place to get into.
And sometimes they can be not so nice to people who are like really funny because they're jealous and stuff. That happens a lot in comedy. Don't you notice?
Might be coming.
Right?
Huh?
You've noticed that.
Well, I've never done UCB. You mean just improv in general?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, improv and sketch comedy. People can be
I think people can be cliquey in comedy.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
People are catty everywhere. So, how have you been? Fill us in. What have you been up to?
Oh my God. I've been up to a lot of...
And what we're doing today later is a secret, so we're not going to talk about it. Just so you know.
Okay. I won't say a word
Okay.
about whatever it is that we're doing. I don't
We're
even
doing.
know what we're doing, so I don't
We're
have to
just
keep any
hanging
secrets.
out. Yeah, we're hanging out.
Yep.
So anyway, how different do you think your life would be if you had gotten into UCB when you were 23?
Drastically different. Drastically different. I never have had. I've never pursued comedy full time. At
Yeah.
this point in my life, I have still never had the guts to just be an artist. I've always wanted to have a stable income.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And so I've always done it that way. And I feel like that's actually like one of the few regrets that I have is not, and I guess it's a regret. I didn't know either. Like, I probably could have moved to LA when I was, because I grew up in San Francisco, and it might have been a pretty cool idea for me to move to LA and just absorb myself in the comedy scene back then. But I didn't. You know, I had girlfriends, and then whenever I had a girlfriend, I felt like I needed a steady job.
So you were a hottie. So you're blaming it on the fact that you were a hottie?
That's your terminology, not mine. But yeah, I think, yeah, it would have drastically changed my life because I do a lot of characters, a lot of voices. I always felt like I was a really good fit for something like that. And even today, I still have trouble getting accepted into those cliques, you know?
Yeah. Well, last night her team.
So that's great. But she is. Because she's funny.
She is funny.
Really funny person.
I don't know who watched it live stream, but she just looked adorable. She had these little overalls on, and you know, it was the first night for all of them on this team, and it's a nice team. There's a nice, I think there's three girls, maybe three or four boys, and they were all good at different things. Yeah, Shikendra, you watched it? It was very funny because they all definitely had, one was really quick, one was really deadpan.
Was it an improv show?
It was a Herald show.
It was a Herald
So
improv,
there's
okay.
something called Herald. And I'm glad that Jacqueline explained it to me before. Some of it was hard to understand, yeah.
It's all about threes.
It's all
Herald's
about threes. So what they do is they ask the audience for, you know, a suggestion. And so the suggestion was it Wyoming? And so they stand there. I don't know if it's for 3 minutes, but they have to just like free association words that have to do with Wyoming, right? And then they come up with these different scenarios.
Right.
And then they do that. And then they have to do these act outs based on everything that they just talked about. And they'll do like 3 scenes, and then they'll do those 3 scenes again, and then those 3 scenes again. So it's it took a like Jacqueline had explained it to me before, so I kind of knew, but Jason and my mom and Missy kind of knew a little bit, but my mom's like, I don't know what happened last night. She just, there's the other jelly.
Yeah.
She was like, she goes, but she was so good, like a good grandmom. She was like, I don't know what happened, but you was good.
Ah, good. That's awesome.
So
She has, you know, we performed a little bit together when Dean and her had that
that little series
that pilot they were working on at Helium Comedy Club, and the vibe that I have associated with Jacqueline is she just, and this is me being old, to me she's got like a Laverne and Shirley type vibe, like a physical, relaxed physical funniness that's just natural.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, you know, the first time I came in, I didn't know what to expect from. I had worked with Dean in an improv class, and then, but I hadn't worked with Jacqueline. So when I came in and we started practicing and stuff, I remember I remember sitting back in my head going, oh, this girl's funny. This girl's really funny, you know? Because I feel like I have a sixth sense for knowing when people are truly funny and when they're just kind of
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, this girl's really got it, you know?
And she was,
I have a lot of funny women in my family.
she was so nervous. She's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be up there. I don't know if I'm as
Oh.
good as anybody else.
Oh,
How's that, girl?
Stop
You
it.
good? Girl, you
She
good?
belongs there for sure, you know?
Yeah.
And it's funny, it's like in the comedy world, sometimes it's not so much about like if you're truly funnier than the people that you're up there with or the people that you're auditioning with. A lot of times it's just about where you fit in an ensemble, and then your funniness just comes out. Like I've felt this way, and I just saw a little blurb on Facebook from Larry David the other day,
Okay.
which is that truly funny people, when they're on stage and they're doing stuff, or if they're in front of a camera and they're doing stuff, truly funny people aren't trying to be funny. Truly funny people are just being themselves in the moment, and the funny just comes out. It just comes out, and that even helps with in good improv. That happens for people that maybe aren't always that funny or don't consider themselves that funny, but being natural and in the moment in a fun situation with some other people, a lot of funniness just happens.
Yeah. Well, I think it's funny because you
I'm
know,
an improv nerd.
you could tell that they were new, right? And so I think whether it's improv or stand up, I think that when you first start, you're trying to be funny, right? You're trying to say the certain thing in a certain order, the right time, and this and that. You're trying, but after you do it for about 10 years, you're so exhausted. And you've been through some stuff and you've taken your hits. And it's the moment that you give up, that you stop trying, but you have this 10 years of experience, that's when I think you're funny. And so it's interesting watching them try to be funny last night. And I think to myself, if this team stays together and continues working and they start to get to know each other's vibe, you know, and they can read each other better, and then they stop trying. Like you're saying, I think that it used to take me forever to write a funny joke. And now
I
you
think
just kind
that's
of riff.
I think it takes longer for stand-up comedians to, and some of them never drop that guard, right? But all of the learning in improv and all the teaching in improv is designed to push you to that place way sooner than you normally would. Because you're in the teaching, you're told all the time, like, hey, stop being clever. Like, you just kind of stopped everything by trying to throw in a joke that didn't really belong there because you were trying too hard. Stop trying. And so with stand-up comedians, nobody ever encourages that. Nobody ever talks about that. But whereas in improv, they're always encouraging you to just drop your guard. Just stop trying.
And I think that it's the opposite for dating. Like men should try harder. I see what I did there? I just did a left turn. I just did a whole left turn.
That was a forced segue. Yeah.
Well, I only bring it up because, and I didn't get to read the article, but there was an article the other day and it said, I want to ask you this question now. Again, I haven't read the article. I read a little bit of the article. Is having a boyfriend when you're over 45 ridiculous?
Well, I'm
Like
over
calling-
45 and I don't have a boyfriend.
Well, calling them your boyfriend. Like if you find yourself later in life dating, or like, do you say, like if you had a lady friend, would you call her your lady? Like how would you introduce her?
Yeah, I would call her my girlfriend if,
Is that like ridiculous? Like are we too old for that?
I think it's just semantics, that's all. And I think it's like splitting hairs with semantics. Like, what's wrong? Like, that's just terminology.
I know.
If you're in a relationship with somebody and you're not married and you're not engaged, that's your boyfriend or your girlfriend. That's just it, you know?
Well, they said, what was it? They were quoting Judge Judy in it. It said, Judge Judy was very clear. If you're not married, you're single. That's it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you don't have a boyfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're dating somebody regularly, that's your boyfriend. If you're
Mm-hmm.
if you are in a monogamous relationship with another human being and you're not married and you're not engaged, that's your boyfriend or that's your girlfriend. That's all. You know, and if somebody pops the question, now it's my fiance. That's my fiance.
My
you know?
fiance.
It's just terminology. What are you supposed to say if it's not? If you don't say it's your boyfriend, what are you supposed
Well, they
to
were throwing around other words like lover, man, friend.
All of those just sound kind of forced.
I
and
do like
dumb.
lover.
Yeah,
I
lover's
told
fine.
everybody I'd taken a lover. I don't
I've
care.
taken a
I don't
lover.
care if it makes people uncomfortable.
I've taken a lover.
Mhm.
That sounds like who wrote? There,
That's why I say it,
I'm
Tanya.
trying to think the old novelist, like not Pride and Prejudice. I'm trying to think of an author who wrote a lot of novels, like, but I can't think of one right now. But it sounds like old worldy. I've taken
a lover.
Yes. Darling,
this
would you
is
please,
my-
darling, please arrange the tea set. I've taken a lover, and he's going to be calling upon me.
Well, somebody's-
very soon. He's
Somebody
calling
said-
on me.
Oh, Bronte? Is it Emily Bronte?
I don't know.
Somebody said, like, what do you like partner? Somebody said, anytime I hear partner, I think you're in business together.
I think partner comes in a little.
Jane
more-
Austen.
I think partner comes in a little more handy for gay people who don't want to. They don't want to, like, they're more. It's not socially acceptable in some situations for a guy to say my boyfriend's coming over, so he'll just say my partner because it makes uptight people
I love
more
that you're
comfortable.
speaking for the gay people.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
I don't know, you're not gay,
No,
but you have feelings about it.
I have strong feelings about how people are very intolerant of the gay and transgender community. I have
agree.
very strong feelings about that. It really.
Do you think they would say this is my lover? No.
It depends on who they're around. It really does, because there's such a large portion of the population that's uptight.
Yeah.
And so I think they develop a sixth sense of not wanting to trigger people.
Yeah.
Like they're in a
yeah.
public place in a coffee shop and they just don't want to trigger anybody.
And that's
It's
why
like,
I want to trigger everybody, which is why I say lover as much as possible.
You just said it like 5 times.
I
So
did.
you do say it a lot.
I do say it a lot.
And for me, it's just my cats. That's all.
You're
Because I'm happily single.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Mostly happily.
Now, like if you met a girlfriend, would you be like, "Do you want to come over and see my pussies?" Would you say that?
No, I wouldn't say that. Because that would make her uncomfortable.
Thank you
Unless-
for knowing that's the line.
Unless she had a sense of humor. Like if
I
I was
mean,
dating
you
somebody
can't
like
test that.
if I was dating somebody like you or Missy, you know, I could say that and it wouldn't bother you guys a bit. You'd be like, "Oh, how big are they?"
I'd have
You know?
questions. I'd have questions. If you opened with that, I'd have a lot of
I wouldn't
questions.
open with
Okay,
that.
at
No.
least the second line.
No, it wouldn't even be. It would be something after you have developed rapport and gotten to know somebody. Like if you've spent
Yeah.
3 hours at a coffee shop talking to somebody and you're really hitting it off, and your senses of humor are jibing, and this person's obviously is loose and has a fun sense of humor.
Loose.
Then yeah, you could say that.
You could
I don't
say.
mean loose like.
Oh, I think you did.
I don't mean loose like that.
I think you
I
know.
wouldn't be.
I think you get a vibe. I think there's a vibe. There's a loose vibe. Like when you started the show and you were like, "Oh, I was so hot. I never had the time to be famous in improv." That was like you saying you're a little loose. We can read it. We can read it, Tommy. It'll read you like a book. How many
Or
girls?
read me like a pamphlet.
How many girlfriends did you have in high school?
In high school? Two or three.
No, that's
Just
that's
girls
above
that
the curve. It's above the curve.
Just girls that like.
What
there was
about-
one girl? There was only one girl that I was really in love with, and that was toward the senior year.
And how about in college?
In college, I had two girlfriends.
Okay.
Yeah. I had one girlfriend my freshman year, and then the next, like a year or two later, I fell in love with this girl who would eventually end up like treating me like garbage. Like for a decent portion of my
We've
life,
all had that guy.
for a decent portion of my life, I had not good radar with women.
You had the bad picker.
Yeah, I had a habit of choosing women that were not going to treat me well. And nowadays I understand why I did that. Which is also why I'm much more ready to just stay single than jump into a relationship just for the sake of not being alone anymore. Like I noticed that there's a lot of people out there that will get into a relationship because they're just so adamant about not being alone.
Yeah, but that makes us want you more.
Who?
When guys say, I'm really good being on my own. Immediate.
Yeah.
Because that means that you're like in a good place with yourself.
Yeah.
And that would be something that would be lovely to be around.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need somebody to fill any gaps for me. It's a good way to put it. I just want, if I'm going to get in a relationship with somebody, hopefully that's somebody that doesn't need me to complete them and make them happy. Hopefully they're already pretty cool. And they're already happy. And then we can just kind of do our thing together without putting a ton of pressure on the other person. So
what did you think about the line, "You complete me," in the movie?
What did I think about it then when I saw it like years ago?
Then and now.
When I saw it years ago, I was still massively codependent and I was like, oh, that's so great. And now I'm like, God, how childish.
You're like, get it together.
How freaking childish.
I don't want to complete anybody.
Yeah, that's not what, it's just a pretend world that somebody completes you. You're just setting yourself up for disaster.
But we all fell for it. We all fell for it.
Well, yeah, society and Disney especially, like, has built things up that, like...
Disney is the man.
Like, the ultimate happiness in life is, like, finding a prince and, there's a lot of unrealistic expectations that go along with that.
Yeah. This is a great morning show. Really feel like we're lifting people up.
And then people jump from relationship to relationship.
Jess says, I've been married for 20 years and I wonder why people hate being single. It sounds like a really good time.
I was having a conversation with a friend last night.
Yeah.
And sometimes being single can definitely be lonely. It definitely has its moments of loneliness.
Yeah.
But, man, when you hear your friends complaining about some of the stuff that their partner is
aggressive quotes,
constantly expecting of them, and I'm like, I don't have to deal with that. It's nice. I don't have to deal with it.
So Renee said, I like being someone's everything. It took a couple tries to get it right. I think, listen, you meet people who have clearly found their person in a way that's just really beautiful, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's,
that doesn't mean I don't want to find that someday.
Yeah.
Just means I'm not looking in the wrong places anymore.
Yeah.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Okay. All right.
Remember that song?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was me for decades. Led me into
celebrated 28 years of marriage and I feel single 99% of the time lately.
Does that mean that your spouse gives you a lot of freedom? And
no.
You guys aren't like...
No, Tommy, read between the lines.
Okay.
She said the word lately.
Lately.
That means that what started out as something lovely, over time, people start taking people for granted, stop paying attention to themselves as well as this other person they're with, but you're married and you're not supposed to leave because Jesus said so and it's expensive. And you say to the person, I don't really feel like you're here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
but you can't make people.
Yeah.
I think that is a very, I understand feeling single in a marriage. I feel like I'm a roommate in my marriage.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good, but I feel like that conversation should be happening more.
Well, it's isn't it like, being with somebody that you're supposed to love wholeheartedly, or somebody that's supposed to love you unconditionally, but yet when you're with that person, you feel alone a lot when you're around them, and that's a crappy place to be.
But I think too is that I think there's religion wrapped up in it.
Yep.
And I think that kids are wrapped up in it. And I think that the idea of seeing anything else for your life is unfathomable. Like you can't even picture something else. Right. And you're like if you say I'm gonna choose to leave, this is not good for me.
That's a big fear.
It is huge. But if you talk to people who have gone through divorce or anything close, even being a widow, that there are these really difficult times.
Yep.
But people, I would say for the most part, either find happiness or peace, or both. And I think both of them are beautiful choices.
Yeah. Well, and there's so many different reasons that people's relationships go bad. Every single situation is different.
Yeah.
And so it's not a good idea to project and go, oh, you should just leave because you don't know what's going on there. You have no idea what's going on there.
I always wear black to weddings. Never saw a good man or woman go down that aisle yet that deserved it. Okay, Sky. Okay. I love my husband and daughter. I just wish I could have my own apartment and not be their cleaning lady and cook. Girl, we are more roommates. 26 years in, we are bedroom divorced now for 18 months. Oh, girl, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. For some people, they do say bedroom divorce is better because you start to miss each other and then you visit.
Again, I think that depends on the people. It depends on their situation. Because some people, I've had friends that I've known in the past that don't like to sleep in a bed with another person, even though they love them, right? Like it's a sleeping issue. And so, who knows? You know what I mean?
It said, been married 27 years and my husband has been giving me more attention than I've ever had from him. I'm feeling appreciated and loved for the first time now that our kids are grown. I think that when your kids empty nest, it's either going to get a lot better or a lot worse.
I love hearing these comments, but I kind of feel like they're more the exception than the rule, Because I think there's a lot of complacency in marriages. There's just a lot of complacency on both ends.
On both sides,
and I don't think it's a male-female thing. I think it's just a humanistic thing where some people just are not grateful, not appreciative, and they take their partner for granted. Yeah. And that's it. And then the other person who's being taken for granted, you can't make somebody love you the way you want to be loved, and you're just kind of stuck there, just stuck. And you're like, God, is this person ever going to love me like they used to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an uplifting. I love my husband, but I don't want to sleep in the same bed. I need sleep. We're happily bed divorced, and I think we are closer because of it.
Yeah, see, so that's what I mean. Some people, it's just about sleep, right? Yeah. And some people snore really loudly, and it's hard to get any sleep,
Yeah. So there's a lot of people got some things. Think on it. All I'm saying is that I don't think that wherever we are right now, if we're not in a place that we want to be, I don't think we have to look at it like this is forever. I think I think the best thing you can do is to focus on you and I'm a big believer in the therapy.
Well, I agree with that. Like the only thing in this world that you can control is yourself and the way that you accept the world. And if you're having trouble accepting yourself and accepting the world, yeah, maybe you need to talk to a therapist. I'm talking to a therapist right now. Not at this very moment, but in my life.
I'm not your therapist?
You are not my therapist.
How much fun would it be if I was your therapist? I would have
It'd be a lot of fun for you.
So much fun with
It'd be
you.
a lot of fun for
Oh, I'd be like, Tommy, we need to do exposure therapy. We got to go clubbing. I don't think we want to go. Where would we club? Would we club at 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Was it bed by 8:30?
Yeah.
I talk to a therapist for some of the most random stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, like, if nothing's going on, I'm like, let me think about some of the dumb stuff that actually got on my nerves. I mean, I had some other stuff, 2 weeks ago, but man, that was good this week. But you know what? Peanut butter is expensive. Like that.
Yeah. No, I'm talking to
Flipping
my
at the big
therapist
league.
about some pretty heavy stuff.
Oh.
And I think a therapist is a very good thing to deal with on a
There are so many noises coming out of your pants.
It's a telemarketer.
It's literally, your pants say a lot.
Do they want to hear your text tone? You want to send me a text so they can hear what yours sounds
I
like?
can't, because we're on my thing.
Yeah.
I forget what I made it. What did I tell you to make it?
You didn't tell me anything.
You just picked it?
I decided.
Is that mine?
Yeah, that's when Dena reaches out. That's the.
I love that you have all these different sounds.
Everybody gets a text tone if there's somebody that I communicate with regularly.
I'm on the regular list. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what lady friends will think that when you're like on a date and your pants are making all these noises.
Well, if they don't think it's funny, then it's probably not going to work out between
That's
us.
it.
If the woman does not have a sense of humor, it ain't going to happen.
What
It's
if
not
she
gonna
was
work
funnier
out.
than you?
That'd be awesome. That would be fantastic.
You wouldn't be intimidated if she was like, boom, 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 boom.
No, not at all. I don't think it's going to happen, but.
Wow, date's over.
But I would love to date a funny woman. I think that would be so fun. But it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, it would be awesome to
meet this unicorn.
Yeah, I've had a lot of funny women in my life, like family-wise. So funny, I am not intimidated. There's a lot of comedians and misogynistic people out there that are intimidated by funny women. And I have always
many of them.
I have always hated that when I see it, when I hear it, because I've always had so many funny women in my family that I'm like, what's the issue? Why do you have an issue with women being funny?
I know. All right, Sarah said, I want a person with a sense of humor more than I want looks.
Yeah, I would.
If you have the choice between a total hottie, she's not that funny, or she's like a 6. Hilarious.
Yeah, hands down, 6 and funny.
Hilarious.
Then 9 and stiff and boring. Can't deal with it.
Trisha said, I'm like that with my husband. I beat him to all his comebacks in our funny banter. He's like, you don't even need me for this conversation.
Yeah. My grandmother was dirty and funny. She was hilarious. One of the funniest women I've ever met,
Yeah.
Yeah, she introduced me. She would embarrass me when I was a teenager. She had a birthday party one time, and she was introducing me to different people at the party, and she pointed to a woman across the room, and she goes, now stay away from her. You don't want to get anywhere near her. It'll be a merry syphilis and a clappy new year. And I was like 18, and I was just...
Wow.
When your grandmother says something like that to you, you just turn
Grandma?
beet red. Yeah.
Okay.
She was hilarious, man.
Okay, Grandma.
She had funny jokes, funny comebacks. She never was on stage. Never took the stage, but she was always just so funny and cracking people up and making people smile. Just
That's
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah, one of my daughters is like that. too.
Yeah.
Both my daughters are funny, but one of them is kind of, you know.
I don't know what that face is.
That means like, can't help being funny.
Oh.
I'm just always being goofy,
Mhm.
you know. You have one like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was on stage last night.
She was on stage last
She
night.
can't help it.
Well, you know what's funny is that Brooke, I think, is hilarious.
Mhm.
But Brooke is like low-key funny.
Yeah.
Where Jacqueline is, you know, her big hair and this big presence. Brooke is very like deadpan.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to really be like paying attention to catch it. I think it's because, you know, we'll be out somewhere and she'll say something and it'll just totally take me off guard. I think they're all three of them are funny in really different ways.
Yeah. My older daughter is very funny, but it's way more calculated and not as omnipresent. Like whereas with the younger one, she can't help it. You know.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, funny women are to me. I've
Gorgeous.
I wouldn't say gorgeous, but it's an attractive. It's a super attractive. It's an attractive quality
I'd say it.
that does not intimidate me in the least bit.
Yeah.
I love funny people.
I'm amazed at, you know, even as people exit a comedy show, like if we were on the same comedy show, like I don't know if I told you that, I was with Chris Roach. You know Chris Roach?
No.
Very funny comic. And this couple were leaving Governors in Long Island. And he went up to Chris Roach. Chris Roach is almost like 7 foot tall. He was like, "Oh my God, you're hilarious. And all that stuff you were saying about your wife, it was so funny." Blah, blah. And I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, he's so funny, right? And then it's like a wedding receiving line when you leave a comedy club. So I'm standing there and he looks at me and he was like, "I can't believe that your husband lets you talk about him this way." And Chris and I started laughing. I thought he was joking. And then I was like, "Oh, wait." And then I go to look at his wife to be like, "Can you believe this?" And she has like her head down, very sheepish. And then you just kind of look at, and I was like, "Oh, he's serious. Oh, and this is the only kind of person he could be with because he is this person." Did you see? I don't know if it was 60 Minutes. The other day, they were talking about this church, this conservative Christian church that says that we should take away women's right to vote.
There's some
and
nut
that
jobs
women
out there right
should submit to their husbands. And
Yeah,
I was like,
they're out there, man.
how is this on television?
Oh no, there's a lot of
How is the house, what is it, the Housemaid's Tale? What is it called? The
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
And I was like,
There's a lot of people out there like that.
I couldn't believe it.
No, they're
I
out
was
there.
like, they were talk about an uprising. What?
Yeah, that's all about control.
Listen, and you know what? There's a lot of like trad wives, you know, you want to go, you want to support your husband. I am a traditionalist in many ways, but that doesn't mean you have to take away my right to vote or my right to choose how my partner, my lover, and I want to. What? What?
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there that are intimidated by women and they want to maintain. There's a lot of people out there that just want to be in control. They want to, and that type of any type of controlling other humans is illusionary. It's manipulative. It's not based in. It's definitely not truly based in your relationship with God. Because if you really did have your own personal relationship with the divine, you wouldn't want to control other people.
No.
So there's a lot of people out there that pretend to have a relationship with God in order to use the all of the words of the Bible and just to control people. They just use it for control instead of like helping people.
I think it's funny too, Tommy. Because
Pretty sure Jesus was about accepting and helping people. Pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
But it's very funny when you do, when, you know, if you were a female comic and you were on stage, right? And you're
I
in
have
front
been
of,
female.
you have been a female comic on
I
stage.
own my own dress.
And it's a very powerful position, right? In terms for women controlling a room. It's a wonderful thing, and it takes years to get there. Anybody to headlining, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell after a show, just by the way that a man will look at you or talk to you, that they are not a fan of you in that role.
Yeah.
I've actually had girlfriends where their husbands didn't like me because they did not like the influence that I might have, and say, like, you know, you can go back to college and finish your degree.
I have several adjectives to describe those men.
Oh, what are they?
Unevolved.
Okay.
Knuckle draggers.
Okay.
Mouth breathers.
Wow, that you really just rattled those off very quickly.
Yeah, because those are the three main adjectives that I use to describe those types of men. Knuckle draggers, unevolved, mouth breathers.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because, like you're saying, I find now in my 50s one of the most attractive things, the sense of humor and intelligence, specifically emotional intelligence, but intelligence in general, I find super sexy. And I hope that my lover feels the same. But like, you would think that you would want to be with somebody that that brings you up, right? That, you know, makes you better in all ways, in life, in religion, in family, like, right? But it's amazing to me that there are men that are like, I will be the leader, and the way I am the leader is that you will lower yourself. You will not be educated because I will tell you. Like, to me, that is just such the opposite of partner.
But they're idiots.
And
they're morons.
There's that.
You know? And then they go out and they find themselves some poor woman whose self-esteem isn't high enough to see what's really happening there, or they're okay with it.
Yeah.
You know, or they've been dogmatized by a church to believe that very same thing, and like, it's just been ground into them, and it's tragic and sad.
Yeah, I have friends that I get blamed for their newfound backbone every time we get together. Yeah, I'd be like, hey, you should go back to college. Hey, if you want to do this, why don't we go get some books on it? And they're like,
But there's also like some, you know, like lately I've read a lot of Carl Jung stuff, and there's a major, people have a lot of unresolved issues within themselves, and when they see other people expressing things that they're afraid of in themselves, they tend to like push it away, hate it, like destroy it, whatever. Like, they have all kinds of reactions to these things because, like, homophobia, holy cow, homophobia is like a big issue with toxic masculinity, because most of those men are terrified that some of those feelings may exist within them. That doesn't mean they're going that way, but the fact that like they're just terrified of it. Like, that's why it's homophobia. They're scared of it, and the reason that they're scared is they don't want to like admit that it could be possible for them to love another man.
you know whose relationship I just fell in love with when I saw the movie? Did you ever watch On the Basis of Sex?
Is that a movie?
It is a
That's
movie.
the name of the movie? No.
And it is basically a movie doc series, I forget, about Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
What?
It's great.
It's called On the Basis of Sex, and it's
Yes.
about Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Yes, because she was the one that fought for, is that Roe v. Wade or was it something else? But this is before she became a Supreme Court justice. She graduated #1 Harvard. Yeah, I don't know. But
Kathy Bates is in it.
oh wait, am I wrong? No, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Good movie. But in the movie, it really delves into her relationship with her husband, and he was also a
Interesting. I never even heard of
very
this movie.
amazing, successful lawyer, and all the things that she had to go through to even be on the same playing field, even though she was smarter than all the men that were in the room. I mean, she was just so extraordinary. But the stories that she talks about, the way she talks about her husband, and the way that he supported her being the most powerful woman in the nation, like it just shows you that, you know, there are so women that are accomplished and intelligent, but it does take a certain kind of man who is very secure with himself to be able to let her rise to where she belongs. And it was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody has seen it, but we took all my kids to the movies to watch it because it just was...
It's funny, my ex-wife was an attorney and very successful in her field, and it never bothered me.
Yeah.
Never bothered me, never felt intimidated about it.
Yeah.
I just always thought it was cool, you know?
Yeah.
But I did have to witness and listen to some of the crazy stuff that she had to deal with.
Yeah.
Because none other than the fact that she was a woman. That's it. And there was all this like weird stuff that happened, but
the movie is called On the Basis of Sex.
yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those now. My husband is the best support team. Men, confident men make women stronger. I agree with you, gentleman corner.
Yeah, I think confident people make people stronger, period. Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Because men can be with women who...
What's the movie about? It's the story of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You know, like, I mean, I feel like most people know, Supreme Court Justice, Roe v. Wade. But the story of her, I mean, she was one of the first women to go to these law schools. She switches law schools in the middle, or towards the end.
You want me to read the little blurb?
Sure, read the blurb.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg is a struggling attorney and new mother who faces adversity and numerous obstacles in her fight for equal rights. When Ruth takes on a groundbreaking tax case with her husband, attorney Martin Ginsburg, she knows it could change the direction of her career and the way the courts view gender discrimination. There you go.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's a movie about feminazis.
Okay. But I loved it. Just so yeah. I know. She was the boss. But it was great, and I just didn't know much about her relationship, or, you know, kind of her early days and how she kind of made her way to the Supreme Court, and just how important her husband was to her journey. It's just really just so beautiful. So,
Did you watch?
The Gilded Age? Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
On the basis.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
No. On the Basis of Sex.
You didn't watch Marvelous
All right,
Mrs. Maisel?
Let me tell you.
What?
I tried to.
What?
I love Tony Shalhoub.
He's hilarious.
Here's my problem. My problem is that I am a female comic that had two children when I started, and then had a third.
Mm-hmm.
And in that show, she's in New York. She got 2 kids. She just starts doing stand-up. Everything falls in line. You never see her kids again. And she is wildly successful the third time she goes out. I'm like, this is...
No.
I can't.
That's not what...
You never saw her kids again.
Nope, that's not true.
Yes, it is true.
No,
I
it's
watched
not.
it.
The show...
No.
The show is not about that.
Yep.
You didn't let the show run. The show...
was twisted by it.
Her career goes up and down, and she has to deal with what we're talking about right now, which is massive discrimination from the male population. Being a funny female in a field of hundreds and hundreds of men who have no respect for her. But toward the end of the series, you find out what kind of damage she did to her kids by neglecting her children as she pursued her career.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
To the exclusion of all else. But interwoven in that is all these interesting stories about a woman trying to rise in a male field.
It was loosely based on
and she does, and even though she comes on with some early massive success, all of that falls away, and she has to start all over again at some point, and she has to struggle, and she has to write, and it's like, yeah, it is frustrating in the first year, like, it's not that easy.
No.
And but then the series comes back to it not being that easy, and the struggles involved with trying to be a comic for a living.
Yeah.
But then the season, the whole thing really wraps up with how emotionally and psychologically kind of not okay she is, and the difficulties that she had with her kids because of that. And it's all kind of based loosely on Joan Rivers.
That's what somebody just said.
And if you look at Joan Rivers' life, Joan Rivers really struggled with her own personal identity and her own self-confidence, her own self-worth. I mean, look how much plastic surgery she had toward the end of her life, you know? Even though she was massively funny and successful. Like, it's funny, you see these comedians and stuff in it, and they have the whole world in their hands, like so much success. Like, there's this documentary about Steve Martin, and you look at his life, and there's all these interviews with him, and you're like, holy cow, he's still like searching for happiness. He's still miserable. He still feels like, yeah, there's so many people that like, the world aspires to fame, but there's all these famous people out there that don't really have the happiness.
Do you watch Only Murders in Our Building?
No, I haven't seen any of that. Is it good?
Dude. Martin Short, Steve Martin, and the girl.
I know who's in it, but I haven't watched it. Is it good?
Dude.
Is it good? It is good?
And Selena Gomez.
As good as Three Amigos?
Better.
Because Three Amigos is pretty good.
They're just so funny, and then they have all these guest stars that come on. But watching Martin Short and Steve Martin do anything, and Selena Gomez, you know, I think it's also the matching of these generations, right? Like these two, and then Selena Gomez. And, you know, when she started, she's starring opposite these greats.
Great comics, brilliant.
And she is holding her own, and she's amazing. And you can just tell that they all like each other.
Are you a Jiminy Glick fan?
Yes, I mean, maybe not as much as you do, but yeah. I mean, Steve Martin is just a treasure. So,
I love Jiminy Glick. I love watching Martin Short dress up like that and interview people. He's so
funny.
Yeah, so off the cuff and so wrong on so many levels, you know?
Okay, so here's a funny story. We're on our way home last night from watching Jacqueline's thing. And we asked Diana yesterday if she's ever seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. She goes, I'm not going to see that. I'm not watching a horror movie. You know I don't like scary things.
Diana?
My mom.
Oh, okay.
And we said, Diana,
it's not scary.
It's like kitschy. It's
completely
like,
risque.
You know, it's ridiculous, right? So we start talking about. So now we're driving home. It's around 11:30 at night, and I'm driving, and Missy and my mom are in the back. And she goes, Missy, I won't watch any of those movies. Those scary ones, I won't watch any of them. Those Murder in the Elm Street, I won't watch that. I won't watch this. I won't even watch that Kojak with the dog. And we were like, I'm driving. And I go, Kojak with the dog. And Missy goes, what? She goes, that Kojak? I won't watch it. With the dog? And we were like, we are with you for most of it. And then Jason goes, Cujo? And she goes, that's it. She goes, what did I say? We're like, you said Kojak with Telly Savalas, which I believe was on CBS.
Yeah, young people have no idea who Kojak is.
She was like, Cujo. What'd I say? We're like, that's Kojak, and he had a lollipop.
Yeah.
I don't remember the lollipop. Missy just kept saying the whole time, yeah, he always had a lollipop. And we're like, do you know who he is? Did you ever watch Kojak?
Yeah. I'm a fan of Telly Savalas. I liked his acting style. I didn't like him as much in Kojak. I liked him in Kojak, but I liked him in some of the movies that he was in.
You know who was a total hot?
Yul Brynner?
How did you know I was gonna say that?
Because we were talking about bald men, and my mom loved bald men, and she adored Yul Brynner.
How did you pick that out? That was such a weird reference because I only know Yul Brynner from The King and I, and he is the most beautiful man. How did you know that? We should go on Password.
You were talking about handsome bald men.
Handsome bald men.
So yeah, if you're talking
You were
about,
able to do that? I can't believe that you just figured out what I meant.
The King and I, dude. The King and I.
But I didn't even give you that clue.
When I was a kid, my parents took us to see The King and I with Yul Brynner in it.
Oh, I thought you were like, with Yul Brynner. He sat next to him.
No, live, on stage.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, not a live performance at the Orpheum Theater in San Francisco.
Yul
Brynner toured all over the country with The King and I, and my parents loved. My mom loved him so much. Yeah.
Who didn't?
He had a very interesting life too.
Did?
Interesting life. Yeah, I can't quote it right now, but yeah, he was.
Wow.
He was a pretty amazing
Katie,
guy.
I have no idea how that went from in here to that brain over there. I have zero idea.
Sometimes
how you did that.
you forget that I'm a pretty fart smeller. I mean, smart fellow.
Yeah, I don't even know Kojak. I mean, I know it's Telly Savalas, but I don't think I've ever seen the show. But you're right.
But if you're talking about handsome
from
bald men,
Cujo, Telly Savalas, Yul Brynner.
If you're talking about handsome bald actors, I don't believe anybody compares to Yul Brynner.
But I didn't tell you that he was bald. I just said, you know who's totally hot?
Well, we were talking about Telly Savalas.
That was crazy that you just guessed that.
Yeah. How about that? I have some strange eclectic knowledge. There's some things where I will be like, huh? And other things where I'm like, oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. But Yul Brynner.
Yeah.
Who did he marry?
Good movies with Yul Brynner are The Magnificent Seven.
Who was he married to? Anybody famous? He had to be.
I don't know. I have to look it up. You know who I'm doing a show with this weekend?
Not Yul Brynner.
Missy.
Oh,
Hall.
are you going to be on Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up in Newtown.
Yeah.
I haven't performed with Missy in a long time. So
yeah, she's great. You should ask her about Cujo.
I will. When my mom died, she had a signed copy of Cujo.
Or say something. Say, like, you know what show I love? Kojak with the dog.
Yeah, 10 Commandments. 10 Commandments.
So who was he married to?
Westworld.
Spouse.
I'm gonna.
Oh, he had more. Oh, there's list 2.
Kathy Lee, Jacqueline de
2
Cressette,
years. 10 years. Oh.
Doris Kleiner, Virginia Gilmore.
4. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he had 4 spots.
Wow. The only other bald actor I can think of is Sir Patrick Stewart.
He was Russian and American.
He was Russian? 1920 to when did he die?
1985. Yeah. He died,
He was 65?
He died, he was a heavy smoker. He died from lung cancer, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Wow. All right, I think we touched on enough things today. We gave you guys a lot to think about. So that's it. That's us for the day. Today we're gonna be bebopping. I gotta go get a haircut, yada yada. But we'll be back tomorrow morning. Thanks to our moderators doing a great job.
There's a picture of Yul Brynner if you want to see how hot he is.
You have to dip it down. Look at him. There it is. Yeah.
Etc.
That's from The King and I, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so good. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to Tommy Thong. And we'll see you here tomorrow morning. Have a great day and a blessed day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.